so this Lent did not go as planned, but you know what? It's been an absolutely fantastic Lent. A lot of suffering, a lot of joy, a lot of all that good stuff. Let's go over it. This video today is going to be like a little bit more of a diary entry, one of those kind of videos, which I love making because I get to just talk. I don't have to read off my bullet points. Here we go. Starting off first with the book Return by Father John Burns. I mean, the illustrations for this book are absolutely, I mean, look at that. That's just so beautiful. It's very, well written. They leave questions, space for notes. You can write in there. I personally don't write in there. I like to write in my journal. That way, if I want to go back and use the book again, I'm not distracted by what I wrote last time, or I can give the book away. Unfortunately, this book was just not for me. I did it for a couple weeks, realized I think I'm overqualified for this book. I really do, because I felt like the questions he was asking were more questions for people who maybe are not as into their faith. For example, maybe this is the one time of year they actually do something for their faith, is Lent. I felt like, for me personally, it wasn't challenging me enough. So I did not like the book. I kind of stopped doing it after a while. I don't think it was a temptation or anything that I stopped the book. I honestly think it just wasn't a devotion for me. So I stopped and I felt complete peace about it. It wasn't like the devil was trying to get me to stop. It wasn't. No, it was just this book wasn't for me. So I'll probably give that book away to somebody else to do next Lent. But just a reminder that Catholics are not required to all follow the same devotions, right? Of course, there are certain things we all have to believe in. Jesus present in the Eucharist. You got to go to Mass on Sundays, things like that. But we're not all required to have specific devotions to the same thing, right? So some people are really devoted to the TLM, to the traditional Latin Mass. Me personally, I've never been to a traditional Latin Mass. There's one in the city that I would like to go to one day. There's a few in New Jersey. I would like to try it. Some people are really into the charismatic movement, which is just as Catholic as the traditional Latin Mass. It is absolutely the same thing. It's perhaps maybe less intellectual, is why I think some TLM people don't like the charismatic stuff. The consecrated host is the exact same consecrated host. So what are you going to do? But yeah, different devotions. This just wasn't for me. I gave up social media for Lent, and that went so well. Ugh, I don't need social media. I don't need this egotistical thing. I really, really don't. I didn't have it on my phone, right? I deleted off my phone, so that did take away the temptation of always trying to check it. But you got to make sure when you do something like give up social media or give up, anything, you've got to have something to replace it with, especially if it's something that you have a deep dependency on. So for me personally, I watched a lot of YouTube. I really got annoyed with all my friends who said, oh my gosh, you still watched YouTube? That is still social media. No, it's not. I can't go and check if some girl from high school is pregnant off of flipping YouTube. Okay? Like, that's the hill I'll die on, that YouTube is not social media. I use YouTube as a tool for the news and for education. I like to watch a lot of historical stuff on there and Catholic stuff. So, and then some funny things on there too, but it's mostly for the news and historical things that I like to watch and just have on in the background, comedian stuff like that while I am working. So that, I did replace it with that. I watched a lot more news than I probably normally would, which was really great because there's a lot going on in the news right now. And it felt very good. I'm hoping to continue to be off social media, especially my personal account, after Lent, maybe staying off social media at least on Sundays or vice versa, figuring something out there just to make sure that I am more present and less looking at some mind-numbing thing that is specifically made to keep me engaged. I don't know what the right word is. Addicted to social media. I did give up YouTube Shorts, which was really beneficial because those really suck you in. Those really know the algorithm to keep you addicted. So I'm so glad I've been off YouTube Shorts all of Lent, which has felt so good, because a lot of that would depress me and bum me out, especially since a lot of conservative media talks about how you should get married young and have kids young. Yes, I do believe you are better off if you get married young and have kids young. I do believe that is better for your children. I believe that is better for growing up with your spouse, better for financial reasons, better for everything. Me personally, as someone who wanted to get married young and all that stuff, it wasn't in the cards for me. And it was starting to get really upsetting when I would watch these YouTube Shorts and these conservative commentators just talk about constantly, getting married young is better, getting married young is better, getting married young is better. It is. It's so frustrating to me. And I understand, yes, there is a culture war going on right now. And I believe cultural issues are just as important as the economic issues, because we need to save the culture of America. I really believe that. I really believe America is becoming a dystopian society. I am not being dramatic. I really do believe that. But there's not much I can do if it's not God's will for me to get married young. And there's not much I can do if I haven't met my future husband yet. There's nothing I can do except keep living in a state of grace, keep striving to do God's will, and keep putting myself out there and keep trying. I don't understand when people say the right person will come when you're not looking. That's stupid. I've never, ever, ever heard someone say that I met my husband when I stopped looking. Never. Okay? You've always got to be looking. You've always got to be putting yourself out there. Maybe you're not necessarily going, like I said, don't go to young adult events expecting to meet your future spouse. Go to young adult events expecting to learn and grow in fellowship, right? That's what I always tell everyone to do. It annoys me to no end when people are just going to find their spouse and spouse hunting. That is just stupid. Go to fellowship and friends. There we go. Go for the faith and fellowship. Because it would be great if you meet your future spouse at a young adult event, but that doesn't happen very often, at least in my experience and looking at my friends and stuff. Especially since there is a big issue right now where I feel like men are afraid to ask women out in person. I do think that it is a huge problem right now, where men are just terrified to ask women out in person. Even men in their mid-30s are just scared to ask women out in person. And I think that might become, that's definitely part of the feminist movement, right? Like women coming after men, being like, how could you ask me out after mass? Oh my gosh, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, things like that will discourage men and keep them from pursuing you. But I do think there is an issue where men need to start to step up to the plate more, because online dating is great. I think it is an extremely useful tool. I think it is great for women, especially religious women, to weed out the guys who are of different political beliefs than them, guys who are of different religions than them. It's much easier to go through the checklist of deal breakers with online dating. And I hate when people say you should just go into a first date with no expectations, because I do think it is important to at least make sure they meet the bare minimum of what you need what you need when dating is, for me personally, they need to have the same religious beliefs and the same political beliefs as me. I know some people will date and marry people of different political beliefs. That, if that works for you, go ahead. If they're different religious beliefs, if that works for you, go ahead. I really don't encourage that, because I don't like the idea of children being a different religion than their parents, because I believe children need guidance from both parents. But it does work. I do have many friends and family who are in relationships with people who are of different religions or different Christian denominations, and it's working for them. Personally, for me, I could not do that. Just things I'm thinking about right now. Another thing I've been doing for this Lent is my 54-day rosary novena. I can't reveal what the intention is. Maybe in a few years I will, but it involves a lot of other people, because I've been praying this novena for certain friends in certain situations. I'm seeing the fruits of this novena, which is really incredible, because not every time I pray a 54-day novena do I get to see the fruits of the novena, because maybe it's for someone who is no longer in my life, maybe it's for someone who I don't talk to very often, blah, 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 or you just don't get to see the fruits because you just don't get to see the fruits. So I'm actually seeing the fruits of this novena, which is really awesome, and I'm loving it. It's very difficult. I made the decision, though, to not pray the rosary after 11 p.m. because in the past I have been like, I need to pray the novena and I need to pray it before I go to bed, otherwise it doesn't count, which is not true. You can pick it up, double up on a couple days if you need to. Figure it out, you'll be fine. I stopped praying the rosary after 11 p.m. because I wasn't giving my full self. Because I was tired, I was trying to go to bed, I was just trying to roll through the novena before bed. Don't do that, okay? Pray when you wake up in the morning, pray during the day, or pray at night before you get super tired. Don't save it for the end of the day and then not put in full effort. God rewards perseverance. You get in what you put out. Wow, okay, my camera got too hot because I was sitting too close to the window, but this lighting looks so much better. Oh my gosh. Anyway, 54-day rosary novena. Pray the rosary in the morning. Do not pray it at night when you're not going to put in full effort, because that is just useless and then it's not good. So double up if you have to. Get in your 54 days. If you want to end it on a feast day, double up. If you don't care what day you end it on, just keep going until it ends. Love it. Super recommend. I will make a video on that one day. I'm really excited because I have now hit almost 1 year on YouTube. It's in a couple of weeks in April. Oh, it is all April already. Oh my gosh. So I'm still coming up with new things. Sorry I haven't been posting as many videos. It has been so busy, but I'm so excited to start creating videos again and just putting it out there. And I really hope to reach 1,000 subscribers. So if you have not already, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Really hoping to grow it. Great, exciting things are coming in 2023. I'm so happy. I'm so excited. First quarter of this year was extremely difficult. And it's starting to get better. You've just gotta work on relationships with people, work on work, get everything ticked and tied, and know that when you make plans, God laughs. So just detach from the world, follow God's will, try to live in a state of grace. Oh my gosh. And I have a lot more exciting things to come. I'm very happy to have this YouTube channel, to keep promoting my Catholic faith, to help maybe some people out with dating. Oh man, I'm gonna totally make a video about Reddit because I am so sick of Reddit. I'm just like, oh my gosh. I did not count it as part of social media. I probably should have because I spent not too much time on Reddit, but I go on Reddit just to promote my YouTube channel sometimes, and sometimes I get into little arguments on there because people are just so annoying. The main part of this channel, right, is to make people feel less alone, right? I don't want anyone to feel like they're the only ones dealing with these issues. Every issue you are dealing with, somebody else has dealt with. Nobody is that unique that you just have this one problem that nobody else has dealt with. So please, I want you guys to feel less alone. Let me know in the comments below how your Lent was. Give this video a thumbs up, hit subscribe, hit the bell so you never miss one of my videos. I love you guys so much. Bye. Gosh, this lighting is so much better. Why didn't I film my video over here to begin with? I probably should have turned the other lights on. And I probably should have moved that trash can because that's kind of weird. But I like filming in the kitchen again. I don't like filming in my bedroom because it's just weird. Anyway, oh my gosh, happy Holy Week and happy Easter. All right, happy Easter. God bless. Goodbye.